Well, hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, you beautiful people. And if this is your first time seeing me, my actual name is Onur. People call me Oz. I live in London. I'm originally Turkish, and I make mostly Eurovision related videos here on YouTube and some music on the side. It is the 16th of April, and we're halfway through the spring, and we've got literally a month, well, less than a month until the Eurovision week starts, which means that we do have this chance and this opportunity to make compilations and come up with some expectations, some presumptions and predictions as to how this Eurovision season will fold up. Now, I'm still a little bit behind with my reviews and with my reactions and all that because I have been touring and doing a lot of live music related stuff, which I'm so thankful, so grateful. If you don't know what I've been doing, and doing a lot of live music related stuff, which I'm so thankful, so grateful. If you don't know what I've been doing, you can go back to my channel and just see the vlogs that I've been sharing. I just came back from Manchester, performing live at the Manchester pre-party, which is the biggest UK Eurovision party. So I've just been like really thankful and grateful for being a part of the actual Eurovision agenda, sharing the same stage with my all-time heroes. But it doesn't mean that I will leave you on your own, because I know that you like this channel. I love this channel, and this is about us, and this is a community. Now, today's video is all about the top 5 ballads of Eurovision 2025. And when I say top 5, of course, these are my personal top 5s, but if you look at the odds, and if you look at the views, and if you look at the common sense, the common mutual collective favors and likes, I think I'm not quite wrong to put these 5 songs together and 5 entries together. And this will be kind of like a reaction video / review video, and we will talk a little bit more in depth about these songs and the narratives and the conversations that they start, from political to personal and collective social views. So shit will get deep, and I will get deep because I feel like doing it. Why not? Let's talk about it. Let's not blindside. I think it would be great to talk about things. It would be great to talk about our differences in ways that we come together, in ways that we separate. Let's do it, y'all. I mean, 99% of the time when you disagree with me, you've been incredibly respectful. And when things happen that I said something that you don't agree with me, you have been quite self-explanatory, and you have educated me in big ways, and we will talk all about that in this video. Are we ready? I'm ready. This is my top 5 ballads of Eurovision 2025. On my 5th place, I have got Zoe May, which is from the hosting country, Switzerland, with her song Voyage. Now, this song is amazing. I'm just going to take a minute to start the music video and just dive right into it. It won't be a full reaction, but we will just talk a little bit about it. Shall we do it? Let's go. I remember saying something like, it reminds me of Amélie, not because of the French stuff, but this pavement, like street crossing scene, you know? If you know Amélie, this was a very monumental scene in the movie. And fast forwarding, like, this bit, musically it's so simple, but it just does everything that you want from a ballad. This bit. I'm a sucker for orchestral movements, like staccatos and like dramatic, and this song needed that. And it just get like calmer and calmer and calmer until one of the best hosting entries that I've ever heard. Anyway, moving on. On the 4th row, I've got France, Luan Maman. Now, I know that in my initial reaction, I wasn't a big complimenter to the French entry, and I guess in that way, that's where you come into, because I think all of my French viewers and French subscribers and audiences really educated me in terms of the background of this song. Now, some of you criticized criticized me, which by the way, you are more than free to. When I did my reaction to France, most of you came up to me and said like, hey, like research the song first and do some background research and search the lyrics and then do a reaction. And I very much disagree with that because I would like all of my reactions to be authentic and original and like first time initial reactions so that I can come up with my like initial literal reaction. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, I've been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years. I think when it doesn't work out, there's always this kind of like prospective way to come up to you and say, hey, I've changed my mind, or I haven't. In this case, I have changed my mind. I think it's a beautiful song. I think it has a beautiful message, and I think it has got this beautiful perspective that it doesn't really talk about grief. At first, I thought it was about grief, but I think this is more about being the right offspring, being the right daughter, being the right person that your parent wants to see you as. And in that sense, I connect with it. So let's recap and not recap. Let's just dive right into it and just review some of the moments of this entry. 1, 2, 3. I kind of like feel like she looks like Sissal from Denmark. They should do a duet as like twins. I also find some similarities between Switzerland and France this year, melody-wise. And it also talks about like life and time and how time flies, and then you are no longer afraid of anything, and it just feels like before. I think it's like very human, and I love that France is bringing this emotion to Eurovision. And we haven't seen many live versions of the song apart from the actual, well, I'm gonna call this the Super Bowl performance. So I think we're in for a treat on the Eurovision stage. France is absolutely killing it. I love France, I love Lorraine, I love the song, and I think the more I listen to it, the more its meaning has changed for me, for the better. So, I mean, you'll see my top 10, but I'm not saying anything right now, but I think I just did say it. But anyway, moving on. On my third place, I have got Austria, Wasted Love by JJ. Now, I'm gonna be reacting to a live version of this song in London, which I saw, I was there. I actually sang with JJ. I'm not joking. I'm gonna put the music video. I'm gonna put the clip after this, so stay tuned. I was at the backstage with him, and we kind of like did like a bit of a rendition. Okay, so this is the live take from London pre-party, and see how he pulls it off. Like, this person is a machine. There has been no one like him, and a lot of people have been comparing him with like Dimash and Nemo, especially Nemo. He is nothing like Nemo. Nemo is more of a vocal acrobat, like Mika, you know, Mika, Grace Kelly, you know. JJ is a contratenor. This person is coming from opera. Let's go. So mellow, and this is his voice. This is not falsetto. This is not head voice. A medical mystery. There is no mistake. Nothing is mistaken. This is not a ballad moment, but just the last 30 seconds. Yeah. But he did this incredible thing at the pre-parties that he has lengthened the performance, that the last techno bit is longer. I want this to be like 2 hours long. I can literally party in my flat right now. Anyway, JJ, Wasted Love, Austria. Honestly, this song, this entry, and I've heard some stuff about the staging. from very trusted sources. I will never say anything. I will never say anything because I trust my people. But if what I have heard is true, y'all, you're in for a treat. It is something that has never been done in the history and herstory and theirstory of Eurovision. So I'm gonna just leave it to you in terms of who you think is gonna win Eurovision 2025. But my second place is Yuval Raphael from Israel. New Day Will Rise was a song that I had been looking forward to hearing. Obviously, a lot of people have had this sort of like expectation whether it would be similar to Hurricane from last year, and I'm very happy to say that I think these are two different songs. I don't really understand why people think that they are very similar. In terms of being ballads, maybe, yes, perhaps, but first of all, Yuval has got a very gritty, aggressive voice. You know, she has got these like voice breaks, and I do really feel like she can sing some rock music. I mean, all of my followers and my people from Israel, has she ever sung rock music? If not, she should. So let's go ahead and look at some pinpoints. I quite like this song being it's very symbolic. Like, it's about saying goodbye, but at the same time, it's about like finding the person that you've said goodbye at the end of a tunnel. And that piano in the back, oh. The way that she says, I choose the light, is beautiful. This chorus. Now, up until this point, you would say, oh, like she sounds like Eden Golan, but the second verse starts in French. My color is in the gray, my only wish under the sky, a ray of sunshine in my day. Like very pastoral, but and you hear the grit and the pain in her voice. And it's like it's beautiful in a way that it is extremely innocent and like natural. And like I quite like the way that the music video is very much focused on nature, and like the way that she says like love of my life and all that. And this one in Hebrew, this is like a very like poetic entry, and like the key change, and this one, you can hear like the grit in her voice, like her voice breaks. I think it's like very gritty and belty, very much different than Hurricane from last year. And in those ways, I think Israel is sending someone who is different than everything that we have heard from past years. I think she has got some similarities with Eden vocally, but I think her voice is very aggressive in a good way. I mean, I love aggressive vocals. In my music, try to be aggressive when I like belt out and all that. I don't really like when, like, that's a lie. I don't really appreciate when vocalists are perfect. You know, I would like to hear a bit of emotion and a bit of like heartbrokenness. And in that sense, Yuval really conveys that. So, and my number one of this year's ballads, and I think in my like number one when it comes to music that kind of like crosses borders of Eurovision, is Αγάπη μου, αγαπούλα μου, τι κάνεις? Είμαι πάρα πολύ καλά. Επειδή Claudia. Now, Claudia released a music video of Asta Ramata, which I haven't reacted, so what better way than to do this right now? You know how much I love this song, you know how much I love this girl, you know how much I love this entry. I think there has been some kind of like question marks in some people's minds in terms of me being Turkish and reacting to this song, and we will get to that, and I will talk about this after we see the music video. Let's go. Beautiful. And like the lyrics are down below. This song is about mourning for the lost ones and losing your, I guess, like your territory, your home. And I mean, I left Turkey when I was in my 20s to start a new life in the UK. I'm not sure if this is the best way to connect with this song, but I do. And this is like a beautiful song in terms of Eurovision, like in Greek, in their own language, in their own like music fluctuations, but still like quite modern with the synth pads and the electronic build-up. And the clarinet comes in. Listen. This is the sound of my childhood, y'all. Beautiful. Like, also the way that this song is like addressed at a mother, saying that do not weep, like the vessel will carry on forever. I find it like so special. So beautiful, so special, like too special. I'm just like so curious about the staging because so far we have not seen any indications as to how it will look like. I spent almost like the whole February and March crying to this song. And like a lot of people were saying things like oh, like your Greek DNA got activated, which I do, by the way. But then there was also this controversy of me being Turkish and crying to it and bringing up these controversial topics about the Pontiac genocide that allegedly this song talks about, even if the officials never confirmed. It kind of like brings me to this very moment of saying, hello, like loss is loss. I mean, if this song talks about it, let it be. And if I connect with this song about my personal loss, let it be. If you cried because of history, let it be. I mean, there's nothing that we can do about the past, but I guess with music and with Eurovision, we can have something, we can do something about the future, which is about conversations, reconciliation, and accepting the fact that pain is pain, but music can heal stuff, y'all. And this applies to every single controversy that surrounds Eurovision. Like, it is a music contest, and it brings up those emotions for people to talk about, not to fight about. But y'all, now that you know all of my top 5 ballads and the conversations that they start, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Please let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. And please know that I love you. Happy Eurovision season, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.